Na me nyina asantime ma me do asantime me do asante hene a me sum sikedwa no me make sure se me protect sikedwa nana me hye wo bo ende eko beedu chenchen hene wo nana me gu party na hye wani munyam asiafo nko na gu party mu nana omo ka no korɛ omo twantro hwe enim guasia nana na podi begu na nsen hwe enim guasia na podi gu odo a me wo ma Otumfuo nti me protect me nhia bo sikedwa ho ban kwasia bi oso ye bema no onka fe na yenhwe de ye bema ukrom na me se me nana Otumfuo me protect no me gu MPP no me nullify no mo so na mo gu na nanimu ase party baako de biama nipa kase Otumfuo anim siafo mo ka no korɛ ndan na me da ase de asi nana hwe onana nom hwe kwase ade o mte power mo ye nana mo me enkotie eye endra ene twa betting tax Ghana for so den
hey aseme no go form okay na nia Manchester match okoboy ya minye bi kakredi mika yi miska o mu phone su o mate mi na aseme no mu jom ana o mu fi se yankwala o Ghana ha na yankwala o ni ekoso kromi ya yekita phone yekita wasa yen ye hu mi say betting tax ya time more than 5 good times nko medi Manchester medi Liverpool medi Real Madrid medi Chelsea ni na ya time ni na government oti edume ya so samsome ye nti wujana nda ye beti efuka chance beti beni ko na pesa wadada wan sanya manyamu enta na ma yeto abedi tia ho mungusa mo ye bagusa ato abeti am da. This
thing is what I'm surprised of, for the minority to come and say that they never implemented the betting tax. But I have friends here, no, I don't stake bets. I have friends here who have shown me their slip that they've won and the money has been deducted. So who is taking that money? I think this government should find out, do a thorough investigation and find out and brought those people to book. Because it's strange that the whole government then, with a finance minister of such intelligence, who come and tell us they never implement the betting tax, but yet people, monies are being deducted when they won. And this is more criminal than what we are hearing from even the ghost names. This is more dangerous and serious. The opposition, if they knew what they have said, I think they have to come back again. You sit down for somebody, an individual, to be deducting people's money without government knowing it. This country, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. MPP, if they don't take it, they will be in opposition for long. Because the youth will be asking, those that their money has been taken will be asking, if you said you did not implement it, then who is taking the money? There are evidence that people's taxes have been deducted. So who was then taking the money? Where?
It's a lie, because they actually did. I have friends who were betting, and then whenever they win and they are taking their money, they do complain that their money has been taken. So it's a lie. I mean, they implemented it and it was working.
They implemented it. Go and ask Miracle, this guy, and the MPP communicator. What is his name? Miracle Abwaji. Yes. He said that they implemented it. So
who don't know? Even a child born yesterday know there is betting tax in Ghana. This one is unnecessary.
But is there a way they bring that taxes? So why he said that he never implement anything? He know everything. He can't say that.
They be am catch the MP before say, "Mojo say Ghana for Jimmy on." Mojo say Ghana for Yankwasiafo. You people have no idea. The ordinary Ghanaian now who say we Jimmy no. Obekeke MPP out of power for 50 years. Now, there's one thing I keep telling Ghana for any MPP for. Sa 442 formation I'm born from 1992. Mobo against JJ Rawlings. Mobo Yadebesi Atamel so Edibo Mahama no. Sa 442 no enye juma biemu. The boys na almost take bet no. Omo soccer bet no. They know say you were taking their money. And they are not stupid. Obi did 3,000. Now we get 300 Ghana. Oji say ohuana. So for you to even come out, Amin Adams to say we never took betting tax. Right now they are trying to explain to us what kind of bet and what kind of bet that was taken and which kind of bet and what it stands for and whether it is singular or plural or whether it is a consonant or an adjective. They want to know whether the bet, the finance minister, it is a single pronounced verb or a singular simple passive. Madam Enyen, come and help me here. My English teacher, that's her name. Madam Enyen. Madam Enyen, yeah, that's her name. Right now, the MPP, I'm over some church say betting tax and your kinds of betting tax. And I keep telling these people, Says some Ghana for some Jimia, you people are never coming back to power. Because until you realize say Nipana Mubu so Jim, you can never win their trust. And it's make Ghana for say the fulfillment of promise that John Mahama are fulfilling. All these things John Mahama and NDC for you know. And I said this yesterday. The NDC is a political party. They are bound to make mistakes. But it is our responsibility as citizens to direct them and guide them because we have an agenda to fulfill. And that agenda is a 42-year agenda to make sure, say, irrespective of the distractions we get on the way, we will keep the NDC in power to make sure, say, we are all part and happy about, you know, it becomes a success. The NDC agenda is a Ghana agenda. The 42 years agenda, no, it is a Ghana agenda which will put Ghana up there whereby we will not get young people crossing the desert to go to Niger, go to Italy, go to Morocco, to go to Barcelona or Spain to make a living. What we are seeing today from John Mahama and the NDC, you know, is a new kind of idea in Ghana whereby if we all come together and make sure that Jandam does not exist at all, and then we become one people without being selective, way free him, party man or war, and we decide to help the NDC. 42 years, Ghana will be like Sri Lanka. Ghana will be like Malaysia. Ghana will be like United States. Ghana will be like in Corona Mopesa Mokosono. Until we all have to understand, right now the young people out there, no, they are looking at the government, the goodwill at Mahama war, and what he's showing today, the experience and commitment and the humility and the respect or the tier Ghana for her. You see, today I saw this. John Dramani Mahama made a statement today from the Jubilee House. Matisse said today, and a year deputy ministers, no, most of them, no, and Mahama basically endorsed them. Now, John Mahama made a statement today at the Jubilee House. Osei, some of you who are rushing for positions, you are also covered by the asset declaration rule. President Mahama has directed the Chief of Staff to ensure that all CEOs and deputy CEOs of government departments and agencies declare their assets immediately. John Mahama said, "Washe eye dien, washe eye Chief of Staff, washe nemra say eye CEOs, deputy CEOs, agencies na omo da abanjuma no nyina no I will say obia declare assets." Let's go listen to the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Let me also remind that the requirement to declare assets also includes all those who have been appointed as CEOs and deputy CEOs in government departments and agencies. Some of those people think they are not included. The amended law included all of them. So those who are rushing for position, you are covered by the assets declaration rule. And so they should declare their assets as quickly as possible. I've asked the Chief of Staff to write to all such persons to declare their assets promptly with the Auditor General's office. The sacrifices I ask you to make are to secure a prosperous future for posterity. And you must never sacrifice a secure future for the pleasures of this fleeting moment. The task of resetting and building the Ghana we want is enormous. However, experience has shown that the enormity of the challenge of governance does not demand an elephant-sized government, but rather it demands effective leadership.
So, President Mahama Ekasande say, asset declaration or manaba form, senebeya omom form krampona, or public servants, majority and the homes of CEOs, deputy CEOs, agencies, government agencies, obian declaring assets. Now, John Mahama is doing something. He's resetting this country. He's trying to make the people believe in the system again. Because you see, under the NPP, under Ekufuado, and it's Hankwasiafo Yabobana and Senyano, we lost their confidence in the system. We all gave up. And then our Betty Senko focus say, NDC and NPP, politicians are the same. John Mahama is trying to rewrite history by making things right. He's resetting the country for we the citizenry. Sebio, yeah, the Yentuminko Jubilee House, Yentuminko Jina TV, so no, we will start to believe in the system. And if a government, if a president, if a political party shows these kinds of signs from the beginning of their governance, Na say we are Ghana ni na wa witness governance. Na uhu sadia we are, you need to be ready to help that government stay for long. Because enya kurano, this government, if whatever they are doing, they are able to achieve 60 to 70% of it, Ghana will be a better place. Yes. Enya kurano, what John Mahama is doing now, if they are able to achieve 60 to 70% of all the things he's trying to do now, resetting the system, declaration of assets, making sure the system is clean, making sure corruption is being fought in the right way, we as Ghanaians, our problems will be solved and that we will be on the right path. Anytime we catch a Ghana for say, where we are now, no, we are not supposed to derail, retrogress, go back and be like, oh, and the moment we do that, all that we are building now that we see the signs to say, they are positive signs, you know, it will be destroyed. Because you see, the NPP as a political party in opposition, you know, even still in opposition, they are lying. Still in opposition, they are lying. They have never respected you people. They still don't respect you people in opposition because the foolish masses are so let us be very cautious. I would never sit on this platform and say, when the NDC goes wrong, I wouldn't speak on it. I will. When John Mahama takes decisions that I don't like, I will speak on it. Especially like somebody like the CID boss. She needs to be sacked. Why is she there? There are some people who are supposed to be sacked. Why is the CID boss still a post? She needs to be sacked. And there are so many things that people like us, we are waiting to see the government to take decisions. Friday, we will see the fate of IGP Dampare. So we all need to understand. Say, if you are building a nation, you don't rush. You take your time and you make the right decisions at the right time. You take your time, make the right decisions at the right time. Because so every day you get liars coming and do misleading the people. Because for the past 8 years, we have been misled by these piglets. From MPP for 8 good years, these people did not build one hospital. One hospital. They could not build one university. They could not basically add anything to our nation. Today, but in this short period, you see what John Mahama and the NPP, NDC are doing? They are changing, they are calibrating, they are changing the system. They are fixing things. We need to allow them to keep fixing. They are going to make mistakes, but we need to support them. Because until we do that, say, losing focus, we are done. Now, see, this is one appointment I am very proud of. And I want to say on record, when I saw this appointment, Brigadier General Maxwell Obuba Mante appointed the Director General of the Narcotic Control Commission. The Narcotic Control Commission was one commission I was always on when the NDC were in opposition. I had always said, until you get the right people to lead the Narcotic Commission, we are always going to have the influx of criminals and drugs into the system. At a point, Ghana as a nation, we were basically the transit point for narcotics. When they moved Obi to say, Mr. Ade, Echo Narcotic Control, he went to GRE. This old man went there for money. At a point, I did a scandal whereby $200,000, 200 kilos of raw cocaine was seized. I was on narcotic control. So where are those things? Nobody spoke. And I was campaigning and saying, we need people who understand these kind of things to manage it. We need people with experience. We need people who can understand the dynamics. Because you need somebody who can think of how a Navy officer thinks. He can also think how an immigration officer thinks. He can also think how a police officer thinks. That person can look at all these things and be like, okay, this is what we need to do. You need people who have experience. Now, when I heard the appointment of this man, I took my time, said, Miko, read about him. And you see, we have a lot of good people, experienced people, dedicated people who have served this nation, and we kept them on the sidelines because politics, essay growing. Now, this man, narcotic control, you will see the changes. You will see how disciplined and how structured the Narcotic Control Board Commission will be. I took my time, I studied, I read about this man, I was surprised. I realized that John Mahama just doesn't make appointment. He takes his time to get the right people at the right places. And I would like to applaud the president for this decision. Because you see, These are people with ranks in the army that no foolish person can just look at their face and speak anyhow. Because you look at his background, you look at what he knows, you look at his experience. So you as a small officer or whoever you are, you cannot just look at this man and say, I'm just throwing my weight around. You can't. Because he's coming with a lot and vast experience, and he's here to protect his integrity. Such people have been in the army for years. They want to, at the end of the day, retire in dignity. They want to go home with something. They are not going to use this to swell all the hard work they have been able to do in the army. This is a general. This is not a political stooge. This is not some criminal, a politician thing to say, Okoshawa, Obekatakatanyoma. So this is a general who has been working. This is a general who has been sacrificing patriotism while ye be here to get here. And he will make sure he protects this nation. And this is what I want politicians to understand. Put the right people at the right place. This is one of the best appointments I've heard from John Mahama. And I took my time, go and read the background of this man. You will understand that now Ghana is resetting. We are getting right people to manage the country. Because you need people with intelligence and experience. And this, I will applaud the president. And my message to this man is that the patriotism of the serve Ghana military, it might go through the ranks to get to this point. I believe and I know, and from what I have read, he is basically going to make sure he walks out as a hero. And whether it is going to be for 4 years, it's going to be for 8 years, for 15 years, he needs to leave a mark. And I believe, and because of the experience these people have and the commitment, Master, for somebody to serve in the army to become a general, a patriotism, because at a point also go die. But when people sacrifice their half of their life, almost 60% of their lifetime on earth, to serve in the military, then they really love their nation. And these are the kind of people we need. So I applaud the president for this decision. The Narcotic Commission is a very sensitive place that we need people who understand, who have some kind of credibility. And this man has passed all the tests. And I believe that he's going to make some changes. He's going to bring some change to the Narcotic Commission. And Ghana as a nation, the resetting for 42 years, we know, sir, from the things we are seeing, any of these kind of things, we are all in the right hands. Thank you. Now, look at this. Today, after the budget was read, maybe some MPP for Ghana for MPP for Ghana for some young Kwasia for. Let me show you why. Mr. S, which one is this? Mr. S, forget this one. Pele the one about the move. Forget Pele, Mr. S. Oh no, it wasn't coming from you, Mr. S. Yes, so thank you very much, team. My team wanted me to show you this. As I was talking about the general, when I was talking about this general, my team just sent me something to show to you. And the Ekufuado and the MPP. The reason why I'm saying people like these, they are assets to the nation. When the MPP, they were in power, these are some of the things. Ghana identified as transit country for drug trafficking, British High Commission. Until you see, and this was in 2022. Because the people who were at the Narcotic Control Commission, they were criminals. They were just opening the doors for drug addicts, drug peddlers, drug cartels to just bring drugs into this country. We became a transit point, and the British High Commission, I'm going to release that statement, And anytime I say the appointment by John Mahama, by putting this man there, Mr. Mante, General Manteno, John Mahama has made the best decision. He has made the best decision for this country. And then I made mouth. But I wanted you to know, say, the facts are there. I didn't just say it, but there were facts that was supporting what I was saying. Because this platform, we don't want anyone to think, say, I can't say, yeah, ninja. So all the things I was saying, there was a reason. Anytime I'm person reason, right now, from 2022, British High Commission Okatakyie said Ghana is a transit point for the drugs, narcotics. We need men like these. And they, I believe, from what I have read and what I am reading now, his background and his integrity and credibility in the army as a general, we are in safe hands. And we know our borders will be safe. Our system will be safe. Young men today, drugs, Ghana. And we need people like these who have strong hands to take firm decisions to stop that drug addiction. There are a lot of drugs that are coming into this country that needs to be stopped. And I believe that men like these can do this job. Now, my mention the reason why it's here MPP for Ghana for. Amuhu Ghana for say Yamkwasia for. Now, the former finance minister, deputy finance minister, Mami we Mokaino. This is the woman Okoye merry-go-round as a train bima nebus Nikromufo as a deputy finance minister. Oh, Messiah, get me that video. Also, Okoye loco be na Okota sa Nikroma him for better more not omote merry-go-round bimuno Mami we. Girl we. On na deputy Ofori Atta, Mami we sika. We ntumi ndia man ko mu anhyehyɛ. We wi Ghana sika nyina sela hu na isa kokoba tan. Okasa I say ye di moka wo de tiko. We wi Ghana sika nyina ni komu nkasai isa kokoba tan. Or sign kwase contract or wi sika. Or see we expected them to show some level of clear funding for Agenda 111. Ye wi budget na ye kan wi no o se ontiase adenti na NDC fo amfa sika entwa sika o budget ma ede kwakosi Agenda 111 mumie ntie eye akokoba tan.
And the MPP has been vindicated. Let us wait for the numbers again from the IMF in April 2025, and clearly you see that we will be vindicated once again. I believe that they have lost touch with the people. They haven't been truthful to the people. And clearly, one other thing that I saw missing, totally, was a plan to fund the Agenda 111. These are investments that government use public funding. So you cannot tell us that you are not going to fund it, you are going to leave it in that state that it is. Otherwise, when you do that, you'll be causing financial loss, to the states. We expected them to show some level of clear funding for the Agenda 111. We did not see that. So people who have these uncompleted buildings and constituencies that have these uncompleted hospitals in their constituencies, how do you think they will feel? Are they not part of Ghanaians? So we expected to see some level of progress in that. We are not saying complete all in one financial year, but then there should be a plan to complete it in their term of office. We did not see that too. So, this budget, I am sure their base will be disappointed. A lot of Ghanaians will be disappointed. And those who voted for them for the first time will realize that...
See some cheap politics be all here. Can it check? Cheap politics be all here. Wukomun kasenka sese odotobri bank for gate ano. And I udu Ofori Atta di nkwasi asem wo Ghana. Wukomun tokro se boase kwan. Edi asana na eye akokoba tan ikan. Osi a onti ase e wo senka budget ne kan ye no. Aden na Mahama ntwe sika ye de be si Agenda 111 aboa toriwa. Until you are telling us to say Agenda 111 mo ensi. Na mo Agenda 111 na ebesi mutim na mo ka asem be ye no. Na munim se sika na ho e na mo so mo be ye no. Mo ye moa. You are foolish people. Mama politics aye time. You and who are disappointed. Bisi wo komu kasenka se anhwa kwanta highway. E said dey entina nka mo ye Agenda 111 na musi ye no. Na musi ye no. Dey sika na mudi si. Now we are deputy finance minister. So there was no money sitting there. Because if there was money sitting there, you should have completed Agenda 111. Boom. A BLM was MPP for your Jimmy. And you see, sometimes you don't have to blame them. You don't have to blame them because John Mahama about power, the first thing he said was that his government is not going to start any new project. And now what they are going to do is that they are going to make sure say a project there was a partnership from outside and the complete they will find partnership and complete. There was a so etwaso they will find money and continue because sika sa obatan akokobatan we mu edino. There's no need for us to leave a project that are existing, project that existed before Nkwasiafo we about power, a MPP for, because before the MPP came to power, there were projects under free SHS, E-blocks, they were supposed to just paint it in Nkwasiafo Ghana. They said no. San Nkwasiafo about power. John Mahama to me see free SHS so majority of them they were schools are kids could enter and study. They were just supposed to open it. About time we, about time we, on the MPP forecast said no, Omumbie Adaya, ye bia John Mahama beje credit. But John Mahama about power no, what can on several occasions to say he wants, or the government of Ghana wants to continue Agenda 111 because in Kwasi Afo Tisemo, you could not complete one. Sa obata we kasa de komu kasa nkasa say beifu ofri Japan no na nkoso ka che Ghana for say ye de Agenda 111 ne buy no ene esi edu nson ene esi 30 why you draw smu insu abegina be ka kire say I you are disappointed and won tia se o we ge said ya opampoboa e was Uzbekistan Kwasi Afo mu power wo as a deputy finance minister ade a wo ko ukuro mu nie wo
when you are honorable Applauds Osei asare the nisu adi hu ne da yeso ana amaye hu ne ehu honorable Applauds Osei asare ne da yeso ne nisu adi hu no eno no that pepe we aye bia na kire ono ana otinti ya na ohwehwe ya na ko se baby but ya nka for Germany takwade for Germany kumasi for Germany and you mean precious for some mama money.
Honorable Mammy, shut out. Why are dear? Why do you know say me have a cassetiana? Mean cassetiana. Honorable or Bantampa, Nakuma. Just say. Senior and near my corner, if we are sending near my corner, one say no for now. You need something to entertain yourself, you need something to release stress. One say,
Ojina na pantine, baby, as a deputy finance minister. Why Ukomuka said, Yado Dadwa. Unkomuka says you don't call it that dwabebo danso. Abejina, and we don't understand. And I and they don't know funding. And hey, shut up. Upon time say opener. Would you say Jimmy Ohu? Would you say Yankwasiafo? Would you say yeti Ghana no? Yenina Yankwasiafo to say chema to me. Udi finance minister of Ghana and I could try well that Okofa well that for be no mutu and to run out it nanam kotinemu. Adia du ko ukrum nam di achira no. Adia utumi di ko ukrom as a deputy finance minister and I'm the actual no kwasi ato obegina say they need funding young governors can infin him young ko say no ukom yema gala wo ukom tokrom ne young ko pesika mbesi Agenda 111 ukom tokrom no enum ne yema gala ne yema yisika evan kosi Agenda 111 uja sika bi to wo wa pantan say moku obegina ho and we don't understand and hey can you to never bring phone because na ndwene ho Someone kwasi ade we mo yesa nipa nka bibia nkyere mo you can answer what did you about them now what men can do women can do ye did me matter me ni matter emwa and then they say what men can do women can do now if men can do it and women can do it oba jimi am ndi natem mo boboda mo na enkwasi ade no mrete wo the last time I make a girl here why say backpack e give to worry why say Nike backpack kwasi abasa na Ghana ye di natem ye nchini ntuma mo so mo ntiase you have not heard that before. What men can do, if women can do, when women fool, we need to insult them the way we insult men. Me, I respect women who respect themselves. Oyo ba na onya kromfo na o sebio umbunipa na umbunipa se nipa ejimia. I will respect you. Na oyo ba na o politics na wa adwene o say nipa yankwasiafo a na oyo ba ntimdi achew obodam. Ne kokosi wa odu otiko nanom. Enya wa no na odenom. Me, I don't discriminate when it comes to gender. Masa, I believe say adia bema betumi aye no oba betumi aye. Enti the same responsibility bema wo no, and the same responsibility no oba wo. And that is what I believe in. Ejuma oba be ye no bema betumi aye, ejuma bema betumi aye no oba betumi aye. Enti men fan hye wutirim. Say enne de we your oba na oba di nkwasi asema na etete ne ho. Bema di nkwasi asem de yenka. No, we your oba na wajimi a na o se kwasi e be se kwasi a. And this statement from this Egyptian camel, the question here is, did you leave any money? Very dirty people. Very, very dirty people like you. Mopa, Monka Bibia se Kevin Taylor did yatem. The moment I'm over start respecting Ghana for intelligence, Ghana for be start ebu mu. Mwejimi. Uja sika bi to offer agenda 111. 111 hospitals. Bakumpo ni wa nurse ni jinemu eye adwuma. Go and listen to John Mahama. This is what John Mahama said. Even today, when John Mahama met a foreign dignitaries, he made it clear. Or see, Abena ehia foreign partnership to complete agenda 111 because Enkwasiafo from MPP led by a foolish idiot like Akufo-Addo and the Baumia comedian and the stupid group calling themselves Asunomano, they did not leave a dime for the so-called agenda 111 hospitals. And what John Mahama is doing right now is that he is trying to get some partnership. He wants public-private partnership so that na omabeye hospitals no say amanfo kura fra brochire e de omusikaba na omutumia hospitals ni 20 na omka so running hospitals for 10 years omuwie na omte omka na omde hospital maya. I will agree. Kwasiafo munyoma batema na mukoyi na moni agina mutwetwa service la sana John Mahama here no. John Mahama made sure somebody brought their money to build the port, and then later the person has to work, take their money out and give us our port. And I'm telling the government of this country, the Agenda 111 project, Munya investors, don't worry yourself. When we get investors, private investors who are willing to spend to build the Agenda 111 hospital, let them do it. Let us sit with them, have a deal, let them run the hospital for how long they want to run it for, take their money out, and then we take our hospital back as our property. That's it. Agenda 111. This is what John Mahama said.
Yesterday in the budget, the minister mentioned the Ghana Labour Export Program, and that is going to set up centers of excellence in raising the skill of Ghanaian youth to international standards so that they can work anywhere in the world. And based on agreements we'll sign with different governments, we can send electricians, welders, engineers, civil engineers, masons, carpenters, people with a very high skill. We can send them out to go and work on fixed contracts and come back. We discussed it with the IMO when I was in Munich at the Munich Security Conference. We met the international IOM, International Office for Migration, and they are bringing some technical expertise to work with us in setting up that program. We want to stop young people, unskilled, trying to cross the Sahara, the Mediterranean to try and reach Europe. If they know there's a legal way in which they can go, have skills, go and work and be able to earn some money, come and invest back at home, I think that it will be a better means of doing that than what is happening currently. With regards to healthcare, would like to see what the cooperation is. We do have a problem with our hospital facilities. The previous government started a huge project in healthcare, building more than 100 hospitals, and somehow we're stuck because they spent a lot of money and not been able to operationalize any of them. And so we're looking to see if we can have some cooperation with the private sector or any entrepreneurs that are into hospital management to finish those hospitals and manage them over a period of time in collaboration with the Ghana Health Service. And so that's an area that is open to.
So John Mahama met investors and he's telling them, we have a problem because the government before, they left a huge project that they did not fund. And when we are saying the government before, we are talking about this Amani and Tokro Dani Kum. You fools left a big, huge project that you could not find money to fund. Also, what the aye so clean a hokro to akwashe Vietnam for we gibi echi aye Mozambique for makeup bi abegina kwashe aye Pakistan for glasses abegina say we don't understand and the funding na go find way ye metu to ukom tokro say aye Amansia West for Galamsey site near me yisika go ya agenda 111 ukom tokro say Amansia West for Galamsey site e ho ne ye metu sika mbam koye agenda 111. Listen to what the president is saying. Foolish girl. Yama utumi 8 years. Nkwasiade a odiko ukrom nie. Nkwasiade a odiko ukrom ni.
when you are honorable Applauds say asari the nisu adihu ne da yesumu ana amaye hu ne ehu honorable Applauds say asari ne da yesu ne nisu adihu no eno no that pepe we aye bia na kire ono ana otinti ya na ohwehwe ya na okoho se baabi but ya nka for Germany takwade for Germany kumasi for Germany any membership for so mama mo Germany sabe ko na so aso wasa sare the same you ba be no honorable mami shira pepe shira do na mi shira why adie why do you say me ba be kaseti ana
kwasi asem nko ana mo NPP for mo di no Ghana kwasi asem nko ma me kire mo ade baako look at this too hwade oh akwa we chama na Baomia ye vice president no na advice Baomia the friend Gideon Boako we wie sika ko parliament sa akwa we aban sign na yiri adwuma Bank of Ghana no akọ Bank of Ghana ho akọ catch so sere mo mama mo transfer na yire kwasi asa no oh okọ Bank of Ghana catch so sere mo na yire no e wo se na yire ne tena kra kwasia na omo mugu srem na omo adwuma Bank of Ghana omo ye moa o yire kwasia mpanyi na oti Bank of Ghana no ono ochen obi na omote eye sehwia tontombra eye adwuma government of Ghana Bank of Ghana no. These are the foolish people we have been entertaining in Ghana. Now muntie nkwasi asem ye no ono so be kan o TV so ne. MPP for say mo chance mo ba power bi ma na yeso ye moa. These are people we are not even supposed to entertain. Ye hu mo TV so na nke hwedun so gu omo so ne apam omo. Ye hu omo na hwedun so gu omo ne apam omo. Omo ye see jimia to the point say even in opposition these fools are still lying to Ghanaians. Now, Tieno, listen to this guy. Baomia siade obey nyina we na netunfo. Ojina also say ye say, oh yeah, yes idea we are. Oh yeah, kwasia we na national Mr. President it's okay. Yeah, you can do it. Baomia Jimmy o TV so daddy bo abeno, daddy bo abeno. First year na mame, we nim nyansa ko catch say, boss, this is not working. When na Baomia advisor eti Baomia Jimmy no man fans o osana ne to esuso mfifiri a okwa ose ena daddy change boxes no agama change boxes no Baomia tukwan na omasesa boxes egu bag mu adan a okosama de toafo enti owia o de hankiri fifa na nim wia ni asesa ne boxes ama no kwasi ampanyi na etu Baomia fo ende 3 months pepe ko opposition we hunya nsa chen Ghana abuwa toriwa munko tie no. Listen to the nonsense this idiot to was saying.
Kan epesa mesre busawo Ghana ni ben obetima peja ne nsa akase watua to bia efe the emissions levy sa to no can Ofori Atta wan charge Ghana ni bia
but when you say bia ewo different sector bia emission levy no is it on fuel just bibia say no
tell bia ni why ya charge Ghana ni bia efe the emissions levy
really don't
aban edemra eco parliament say opese ogito bi a friend no emissions levy pacho utemi
metepa
and na obeka ya vice president Baomia starting the rounds no o kan say no emissions levy no say aban koso age na obeye o mampanyi na obeye afri ho ani na ani he ana finance minister kaso sa de na ode ekoye no kra no onyanji bio ti afri ho besi nne Ghana ni bia ni ho a obetima pagya ne nsa akosoro akase matua to bia ye friend emissions levy into
Amencho adikurienti ankofo mo Jimmy Amencho they be amekache Ghana for saying when you people start to see timidity or be a timid okasa mesrel as intelligence and humility your problem ba kwa Ghana no otie ni kasa no Osei time no more power no Abine, that means Abine introduce emission tax, smoke, in tax no. Na Abine introduce no, tio. And na JC omodeba parliament be pass no. Before Abine be introduce a tax component, and not tax no, na ya dwene ho cabinet. It is August Abine introduces smoke tax no. One, what admit to say, or no na Abine ye MPP Abine and the coffers smoke tax in the buy and your NDC and your Ghana for a or no na Abine cabinet and on the boss Baomia Timuno, Omono Mokofa de in the buy. smoke tax ne baye. Na omo go for smoke tax ne baye wie na omo start say omo charge no. And about me start say obo ne ntoa no. Ono ba omia no oka cabinet na omo introduce tax no. Ba omia start ka say ono de ye yin president a obetwam. Meaning they were collecting the smoke tax, the emission tax, but because Baumia started saying that no and omujaye inti omunje tax hwekwase adwene. Na me no wote ano na eni bibia for the smoke tax. It was cabinet that went to a meeting and said, let's introduce this. And they went ahead to bring it to parliament. Na Baumia nim hubi. No nim hubi. At the end of the day, didn't they start taking money? They started taking money. But because ye kodru baby a yeja yedinti and say we introduce smoke tax. Also he was shooting himself in the foot. He's stupid. Oh, now omono they see journalists or Ghana says Sebio, some of them are stupid. And I blame sometimes some of our journalists. You see, you need to do your research. You need to have your facts. You need to sometimes let the person sitting in front of you know, say, you know something, I am not just dumb sitting here. I have done my homework. I have a team that is making sure they are going to protect me whilst I'm facing you. So you people are supposed to do a little bit of work. Because if you do a little bit of work, because you want to make radio, so internet TV, so in case same way. Because some video will be ma. Or can it clearly say, "Hey, omwangesa MPP are buying the cover smoke tax buy near tia near nim smoke tax." Omwana deba parliament esabe pass here. What did we say? Omwana started say omojiji no mo say omoba wo mi an start campaign no. Okachire omo say me na me kwadwene ho cabinet e na me gitu mu but say an me president edinti ma motuma me dia me ye free wo interfiti wo na omwankasa sa akoyi free parliament. Now, wo na wo de bae e na wo no wa be yi a. Are you not the person who introduced it? Tieniye kwasi akeka.
Kai, e pesa me srebusa. Ghana ni ben obetima pay ya nsa akase. Wetua to bi a efe the emissions levy. Sa to no. Can Ofori Atta one charge Ghana ni bia. But
when you say bia ewo, you know, different sector bia emission levy no, is it on fuel? Just bia saying no. Tell bia ni why ya charge Ghana ni bia efe the emissions levy. Really? Don't buy Edinburgh echo parliament. Sir opese ojitu bia efe no emissions levy. Pacho utimi. Me tepa. And now Bekaya, Vice President Baumia starting the rounds on Oka say or no emissions levy no say aban cost so edge na obey your man penina obey ye free ani na ani he and a finance minister ka so sa de na ode ekoye no kra no onyanji bio tie free obesi nne Ghana ni bia ni ho a obetima pagya ne nsa akosoro aka say matua to bia ye friend emissions levy into to a enyo adena abeka kire ye say oba obetwam. How do you even make this statement? How do you even make such a statement on TV and a journalist sits there to watch you? How? And we make these fools get away with everything. The emission levy was buried in the VAT. It was in there. We saw it. They brought it to parliament. They were in cabinet. They had a meeting. They concluded and said, move it to parliament. When it came, why are you sitting here making it look like you never introduced E-LEVY? You never introduced betting tax. You never introduced emission tax. You never so at this point, you people did not introduce anything. This is the fool who was advising Baumia. Baumia ko jani pam no Jimia or we also why are dear daddy. We.
asema yetena ho ni o. Enkwasi asema yetena ho for 8 years. Daddy mbo aben no. Akwa Gideon Boako on na eden. Ono na advice ba omia. Look at this. Mama nchira wade. Me ka kire musemo megu mu party no. Yeah. The Ghana Revenue Authority GRA announces for the information of the general public the coming into force of amendments to the following tax laws and the introduction of the Emission Levy Act 2023 Act 1112. See, implementation of new tax laws and amendments. This was in 2023. Where Ghana Revenue Authority for notice on the Barbontene. MPP for Nkwasiafo. What better TV so you space. But Umian charge you you introduced it. The Ghana Revenue Authority actually took decisions. They added it to the VAT. Into reading document now from GRA. This is 2023. Say implementation of new tax laws and amendments. And what did they write? The Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, announces for the information of the general public the coming into force of amendments to the following tax laws and the introduction of the Emissions Levy Act 2023, Act 1112, Customs Amendment Act 2023, Value Added Tax Amendment Act 2023, and then Excise Duty. This is there. It is there. These are the facts. So how can you sit on TV and say you never introduced anything like emission tax and I say smoke tax? It may be you doing as a nation 2025. You are still doing jokes. You are still doing stupid, foolish, base politics. Now, Mujin say Ghana ni onimi nyansa no. So onye prekodo onya aboa. Do you think so an intelligent Ghanaian will take NPP serious? Makache Ghana for say the NPP was built out of lies. A jandam near the Chichire party no. There's no way NPP can thrive on truth. And ye da. Anytime I catch them say 42 to 46 years, they have to be in opposition. The agenda 42 years, no. I was saying you know supporting near making sure say we have buried this party and nullified it. Maka and I have promised MPP for you now. And I have promised Menshia, me promise Otumfuo na pia me do that me go MPP. Yes. Because MPP ne go ni mase. E go Otumfuo ni mase, e go Menshia ni mase. MPP ya na de chema wontumi ni ohini bi asemba ya na esi edi Otumfuo atem. MPP we ya na egu Menshia ni mase. Me go MPP ni ma Menshia enim na egu asena e be jai. I will nullify the MPP me gu no because me say me protect me nana Otumfuo. Enkwasia party we ya egu Menshia ni mase e ma Ghana fo nyina edi Otumfuo atem direct omo missiles to Otumfuo all because of this stupid foolish tribal party no me gu MPP no na Otumfuo ni monyam sebio aye intact into nana onana chenchen hini ka retailer me sha obo Otumfuo me gu party no amount. I will nullify the MPP me gu no. I will codularize it. I will conjure me good me say party no. Me say na ashe we ni me show ni monyam. Me good party na show we ni monyam Otumfuo. Me na make acho yentumi fa atro. Yentumi fa atro embe kata menhia ho, embe kata sikedwa ho. Ye be good party no. If it's a party na egu asanteman Otumfuo o egu wenim ase. And akora bia jimifo bia sorry a na okasa menhia nim all because of MPP. Na me nyina asanteme ma me do asantema me do asantehene a me sum sikedwa no me make sure se me protect sikedwa nana me sha wo bo ende eko beedu chenchen hene wonana me gu party na hwe nimonyam kwasi afonko na gu party mu nana omo nka no kore omo twantro hwe nim gu asia nana na podi begu na nsen hwe nim gu asia na podi gu na po a wodi na gina dipem epegya ne nsasa wonana watete no na kwasi atogo ya de hwe ada ne nemtem se eye Sokoto Gudali ebe gina stage akeka kwasi asam wo gu anim ase e se na po ya ntete no e se nyam penifo ne bu betete no. That is not going to happen again. And odo me woma Otumfuo nti me gu party no me protect menhia me boss kedwa ho ban kwase bi oso ye bema no onka fe na ye hwe de ye bema ukrom and me sim nyame nana Otumfuo me protect no me gu MPP no me nullify no me gu no kwase afo mo so le mo gu na nani mo ase party baako de biama nipa kasa Otumfuo nim kwasiafo mo kan korɛ ndan nana medase na ma men komanim hwɛ de asi nana hwɛ onananom hwɛ kwasiade omote pa wo ye nana Otumfuo hwɛ party we kwasiade a ye nana waya wo chia me baafo akoto tete ne more musika tie hwɛ onananom kwasiade bi a omo ye eni na nana sa party we ye mane nsa be nhia hwɛ kwasiade bi a onananom ye nana hwɛ kwasiade bi a onananom MPP fo a omo di MPP enim hwɛ kwasiade bi a onananom ye 5 years 3,000 ECG containers stuck at the port, items held for more than 5 years. Nana infie num under MPP nkwasiafo we yawo. Obi be fa wedi watem all because kwasie bi at party. And say aye eno no ye de be kata nyoma so egu asante hire ni ase. For 5 years, 3,000 containers at port ECG nyoma. For infie num nana infie num. Enti kwasie bi sorry a na odi Otumfuo atem odi MPP atem efri say MPP say ye de Otumfuo na ne ye no adem mienu ena egu eye Otumfuo enim ase owiase MPP ena asante kotoko sa nyoma mienu we na egu Otumfuo enim ase en asante kotoko de ye ne ye na MPP ndi na ebegu no efri say asase mu abosom kwanim say MPP omagimi na hwe wonananom oma betena party abetena Ghana so infie nwotwe for 5 good years ECG nyoma omudi abase yemfa meso Ghana kanea no obama na gu port wo infie num 3,000 containers in the sewer. Nana intimaye boni. The NPP is a filthy political party. Ghana ni bia na adwini ye adwuma bia no eni so bia de akire hwe sibi o mabokuru no san kwasiafo ya de choma beka jo say njo Mahama enkipi light no wo so inwanba. They see the cost, see what they have done to us. See what they have done to us as a nation. For 5 years, equipment any nyoma also the boy can ho ban no omo keep no port or adan ayen na Napo yo nana enti me ka say Napo oye bayire o oye kokwa ase bayire wagimi wabedi energy minister containers we nyina egu port odu nkran no adantra fo ogu omo so we yini hwe ato kon ena nkwasiade nana Mrs. Ebo amasha ono mendisu ana menye nipa medisu mansamanfo ene abosom ne nananom a omutwa konwa no hwahia no abom so aboa me ama menyini ache megu party no enimguase na ye be yefiri so. How can this happen in any serious country? Inti aban we na mbra ensanko pesika embe clear containers we nyina enye den every port 3,000 containers 5 years enegu port wo ye pe nyoma e dia ye adwuma e dia boa ye nka ne asem kwasiafo we said abi nana onananom no bi no mo agimi minja I kan da e mefa so de egu party no nana omunim nyansa omundwene Ghana ho omuka ho na nkofo di watam na ye den ade we etumi si for 5 years